3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Bean Gaming. I want to show you the best team that I think you should take with you to beat Endless 3. And why should you do that? Well, everyone is trying to get the Nightmare Bonnie. You're trying to get these exclusive presents, these Nightmare presents, and if you take a look at my inventory, let's go at items, I have 179. Now, a good handful of them came from the Season Pass. You can always try and grind that. I do have the VIP Pass as well, so I'm getting the top row, so that definitely helps. But if you only have the bottom row, then really the only other way that you can get these exclusive presents, these Nightmare presents, is by playing Endless maps. And Endless 3 is probably going to be your best bet. So what's the team that I'm bringing along here? Let's go back to my units, and here's what I have. Let's go in order down here, because I did try and put them in a nice order. I do have the Tarnished Spring Bonnie. Of course, now keep in mind, if you have a shiny of all of these, that's going to be better. If you have Vengeance on all of these, then that's going to be better. I don't. So here's what I'm bringing along here. We have the Tarnished Spring Bonnie. I was using the Witch Toy Chica to begin with, but Witch Toy Chica just doesn't hold where Tarnished Spring Bonnie does. You'll see that in the game. And I have Puppet's Nightmare on everything except the next unit here, which is my Shiny Spring Bonnie. Shiny Spring Bonnie is nice because it gives an additional 25% damage boost, so that's really good. Range 3 is going to be the second best enchant on it. Of course, Puppet's Nightmare is going to be the best, but I don't need that because I have Shiny Fredbear. Shiny Fredbear is going to be a range booster, and that range booster is going to be able to help out my Shiny Spring Bonnie. So that's why I'm bringing Shiny Fredbear along. Plus, on top of that, when we get on over to the Galleon Foxy and the Goliath Endo Freddy, this Shiny Fredbear here is going to help out with the range so much, and you'll see that in the game. So Galleon Foxy is going to be really good because of the splash damage and because it slows. I also like how fast the cooldown is, 0.4, and then it gets down to 0.2. That's going to be helpful for those enemies that reignite, and you'll see that the reignited Chica, those things are so bad that I mean they're bad for us. And then, of course, the Goliath Endo Freddy. Now, the Goliath Endo Freddy is slow with only 3-second cooldown, but the damage is so crazy, plus the range you're going to see in the game, it's not 32. It's not even the 50% added onto that. It's what the Shiny Fredbear is going to do to it. You're going to see how crazy this range is going to get. Let's go on over to Endless. Let's hop on into Game 3. That's where you're going to get the best rewards, the best bang for your buck. Oh, and by the way, we have Game 4 Plush Trap coming probably on Saturday. I'm assuming that's what the new update is going to be, so we're definitely going to take advantage of that. It looks cool. I have no idea what it's going to do. No leaks on it just yet besides what it actually looks like. Let's hop on into Game 3, and I'll show you my strategy. Here we go. Before we go ahead and vote, notice that a lot of these people on the leaderboard got to wave 152. I can't get to 152, so these people, I'm assuming, probably have shinies of everything and Vengeance on a lot of their units. But either way, let me know what team you're bringing along here, because it probably and very well could be better than mine. But anyways, this is the strategy that we're going to go with to start here, and it's going to be the Tarnished Spring Bonnie. Let's turn around, hop off this present, and I can place all three. They're very cheap, and the melee damage is going to be really helpful. And I'm going to eventually end up replacing these and putting them in more advantageous spots as the game progresses. But I at least want to show you the first handful of waves, pick up mid-game, and I'll show you towards the end. And I want to try and max out, or at least make this Tarnished Spring Bonnie a little bit stronger, so I'm going to upgrade this one, and especially the first enemy isn't overly, I'm not overly concerned about that one. It's the subsequent waves because they increase 2 and then 3, 4, so on and so forth. So I want to make sure that this Tarnished Spring Bonnie has a little bit more power because I obviously have 2 over here and only 1 on this side. And there's the 1600, so I should be good to go so far right over here. And now I can start to focus on these two, which are going to be just fine. I need to get to that 1200. Eventually we'll get there. Yes, we can. And then see how there's 3 enemies now. So I have to be very careful on where I'm upgrading. 1600, that's going to be good. And then he's just going to be able to beat this last ignited Chica, and now he's fully maxed out. And so that cooldown of 0.3 is really important. fully maxed out. I'm going to be good to go for a little bit of time here. 800, 1200. Let's get to 1600. I'm not concerned anymore. 1600 and then 2000. And then what I want to do is put a damage booster, probably put them right here, and I will probably eventually move it. Let's put them right here because I'm going to move it eventually anyway. Let's go ahead and completely max this one out, this Spring Bonnie. I need to get to 3,000, and I will, just because, once again, there's only one of these Tarnished Spring Bonnies. There, completely maxed out. That's good to go, and I'll put my second booster, my damage booster on this side, and we're good to go. We're going to be cooking now. So, I want to start saving up for my Galleon Foxy. He's 8,000, and we're going to be able to get there. And actually what I should do, I do want to put a range booster. That would actually be a good idea. Range booster here. That way, look at this Tarnished Spring Bonnie just be able to reach. That's really good. Completely maxed out now with the range, with the Tarnished Spring Bonnie and the Spring Bonnie. And then I could probably put another range booster, this Fredbear, in this spot. So now we're really good. We're good to go. See how these enemies, they're not even going to make it close to this final exit path. Okay, I have 8,000 now. I want to save these two positions here for my Endo, my Goliath Endo. And it's going to take me a little bit of time to get there. So let's start off by placing this Galleon Foxy in this position. Notice that its range is already at 53.6 and the cooldown is great at 0.4. We know the first boss, actually every single boss, comes out of this entrance. I really wish the bosses came down the middle. It's just kind of weird how they come off to the side here, but it doesn't matter. And you have to defeat the boss in order to gain rewards. Let's go ahead and place down another one of the Galleon Foxies. Let's get rid of the rewards. And I'm going to place probably my third one, maybe in the back here. We'll see. Well, it depends on where I'm going to place the Goliath Endos. The first one is definitely going here. It's going to be able to cover the entire map, by the way. And if I can squeeze the second one right behind it, that's good. Otherwise, you're going to want to place it off to the side. That's a really good spot for it. And this Cadaver Endo, it's still taking a little bit of time, but notice that the Galleon Foxy is slowing down. You see the ice cube on the Cadaver Endo, and we have our first rewards, and I got a present right out of the gate, which is very nice. So you can typically expect right around 5 or 6 presents if you can go the distance. Maybe right around 8 if you can get to wave 152. Like I said, I haven't been able to do that. And I've been getting about 5 or 6 of these nightmare presents. And that's exactly what you want. Alright, so let's go ahead, move this Galleon Foxy, place this Goliath Endo right here on the corner. There we are. That's better. And I'm going to go ahead and actually replace my Galleon Foxy. I'm going to place him right in this spot. That way, let me see if I can get that other Goliath Endo right behind. We're almost there, and I can. I'll scoot him up as close as possible because these two are going to cover the entire map. You're looking at this and be like, no way, there's no way. They're 37.5 right now. How is that even possible? You'll see. As I said, I'm going to do a little bit of selling and replacing, and you'll see exactly what's going on. And now I can place, finally, this third Galleon Foxy right here in the middle. So, let's check out my team. I have the 3 Tarnished down. I am going to replace this Tarnished. I'm going to put him in the middle, actually. We're going to do for optimal placement now. And the reason for that is because you want them in the middle, because when those ignited Chicas start coming down after wave 100, you want the fast cooldown of these Tarnished Spring Bonnies, because those reignited Chicas, they reignite so fast, it's actually crazy, and it's super hard to take them down. The Goliath Endos have the power, but they don't have the cooldown to keep up with how fast the ignited Chicas actually respawn or revive themselves. So you're looking at the range here of 48.8, and it's not in the best spot. So that's why let me sell this, and I'll actually place this one right here. Okay, so that's good, and I'm going to actually sell these boosters. I have this Tarnished Spring Bonnie right in the middle. I can go ahead and fully max it out. Look at the area that it's covering. I definitely wanted to cover the 2 exits because that's where those stronger enemies are going to end up eventually. So it's not a bad idea to have that there. Same thing with this Tarnished Spring Bonnie. I'm probably going to sell, I did sell it. And I'm going to place it right here in the back. Go ahead and completely max that one out. So now it's going to take care of the enemies that are coming down the path, and it's going to have both of these 2 exits covered. And I want to make sure I can get this final Tarnished or yeah, this tarnished spring body. Best I can do is right on that corner, which is fine. Okay, now let's go ahead and put down all of my damage and range boosters. Let's put a damage booster right here and a range booster right here. So now is everything covering? Almost. I'm not sure. Are we hitting there? So 365 and it is. So that's a really good spot. Now this range booster, you can actually double up with the range booster. If I put them right next to each other or even off to the side like so. Now watch this. If I completely max it out, notice that the range booster is covering everything now, and they both are 36.6. So no matter what range booster you're using, you need minimally 2 of them down, because they do boost each other, and you want that range booster to cover everything. And just one more time to make sure my damage booster is covering all of my units. And I should have all of the units down now, except for 1 range booster and 1 damage booster, and we're good to go. So now we're going to start to try and max these out. Galleon Foxies. Look at how much of the area that he covers. Covers both of these entrances. We're missing that entrance in the back. You can see that white range on it right over here. That's going to be fine, but it is covering all the way in the back, almost to that final entrance. So we're in a good spot there. Maxed out. Now let's go to the second Galleon Foxy. Completely maxed out. Let's take a look at its range. It looks like it's covering a really good portion of the track, as long as the exits are covered, and plus it has, let's highlight it again, plus it has most of this track, this straight path covered. It just misses off to the side here, which I'm okay with. That way it can focus more on the middle and then this side. Now we're going to start to focus on, let's make sure everything's maxed out. Tarnish is maxed out. Yes, these are all maxed out. Now we're going to focus on the Goliath Endos. And 100,000, these are very expensive, but that's why it's really nice to use them in Endless. And then we have 2 more upgrades. But look at the range right now, 68.3. It's covering a lot of the track. And if you remember, before I hopped on in the game here, I said, yeah, it only goes up to about 35 with the range. No, look at it now, 68.3. So keep that in mind. These range boosters, whether it's Fredbear or Hawaii Endo, you want them on Endless map, especially with full AoE units. This is going to be absolutely crazy on how much range they actually cover. So let's hop back on in here when I can fully max out this Goliath Endo ready. I've made it to wave 64. If I click on this Goliath Endo, you can see the final upgrade. The range is going to go from 70.7 all the way to 78. Let me zoom out. This range of 70.7 is almost covering the entire map. But if I click on the final upgrade, notice what's going on here. Let's take a look. We have almost to this entrance here, fully covering this entrance, fully covering this entrance, covering the entire path here. Now I know this corner is kind of chopped out just a little bit. It's not going to overly matter. This entire path is completely covered, and going to the back now, if I run up this ramp, it's completely covered everything in the back. That's completely insane for a full AoE unit. That's exactly what you're looking for a full AoE unit. And remember, this is the Goliath Endo that's in the back. This Goliath Endo up front here is going to cover everything up front here, and it is going to miss out a little bit on the back. But let's go ahead and upgrade a few times, one more time. There we go. And then we're on wave 70, so the boss is out. The Cadaver Endo, going to be super easy to take out. And let's take a look at my rewards. It's nothing crazy. I still haven't got another Nightmare present. I do have 7 souls, which is okay, and the coins are okay, but I'm really trying to get as many exclusive presents or Nightmare presents as I possibly can. I'm going to skip ahead to a further wave. Let's skip ahead to wave 100, and then we'll see if my rewards change at all. We're on wave 99. I was able to fully max out this Goliath Endo Freddy. Range of 78. Take a look at what he is covering. He's covering almost to this entrance, covering both entrances up top here. We have the Goliath Endo, and look at my rewards. Nothing crazy right now. And then after wave 100, I think you're pretty much guaranteed an additional Nightmare present, and then you're guaranteed the Endless gift, and then I think you're guaranteed this present here. So that's really good. All right, and then once again, let's take a look on the back side. Both exits are covered, and then almost to this entrance here, which is really good. Now, these ignited Chicas, they're absolutely crazy because they respawn their health really fast. And that's why you want to make sure that you have some kind of melee. Let's see, look at this. Now, to begin with, they're not overly crazy, but as the waves progress, they get very, very hard, which is why you want these Tarnished Bonnies with the cooldown of 0.3. The cooldown is extremely important. Same thing with this Galleon Fox, the cooldown is 0.2. You need to have units on your team whose cooldown is very low. So 0.2 and 0.3 are going to be really good. They're not the most overpowered units. For example, Valkyrie Chica would be amazing for this particular map. So if you're going to do duos or trios or quads, then I would say if you can get Valkyrie Chica in there, and then what are some of the other units that have very low cooldowns besides, I mean, they have high damage as well. So think about that. I don't know off the top of my head, but if you can somehow bring those along, that's going to be very helpful. Just take a look at these reignited Chicas. They're going to be coming out again. Watch as they come out. 140,708. So the full AoE is going to be very important, but just look, and the slowing is going to be important too, especially when these units start getting a little bit faster. That's going to happen. Oh, right here. See, they're coming out already. These Shadow Foxies, look at how fast they are. Nothing overly crazy at wave 109, but as I said before, when the waves start to increase, then that's when they're going to get faster, stronger, and they're going to regenerate their health faster as well. So that's where that's what ends up getting me. I can make it. Let's see if I can make it to wave 142, 143. I can't get past that. That's my maximum right now. And what are the rewards right now? 27.50 for coins. One of the, well, you only get one of the endless 3 gifts, because that's a wave, that's after beating wave 100. And then I have one of these presents, and then I have 4 of the nightmare presents. Not overly bad. If I can get to about 5 or 6 of those nightmare presents, that's exactly what I am looking for. Let's skip ahead and see if I can get to, let's jump back in at wave 140. I've made it to wave 140, and 143 is my best. The Binded Springtrap is going to be really easy to take out. I'm not worried about that. But these Carnegie Endos, they're really fast, and they regenerate their health, just like the reignited Chicas. That's going to be really dangerous. So let's just keep playing on here and see how far we can get. There's wave 141. This will be easy. And let's take a look at the rewards real quick. That's not overly bad. 3,500 coins, and then 4 presents, 6 presents, 14 souls. Not bad at all. We're at wave 141. This is going to be it for me. Getting very close to the end. And can we get them? Yeah, so I'm going to hang out right over here in this spot, and wave 142. This is it. This is it for me. Wave 143 is the most I can get to. So if I can beat these on wave 142, I'll get to wave 143 eventually. Maybe we'll see. They're getting closer and closer. Get to wave 143. This is probably it. This is probably it. And get them one more. Okay, so we're wave 143. I've not beat wave 143 yet. And we're going to find out right here, because this was really, really close last time. So we'll see. Can I get to wave 144? It is, maybe, is that possible? Oh, this is a lot of enemies. This is a lot of enemies, and no, can I just get by? Yes, wave 144 with no damage. A new personal record. Let's go. That's going to be it. There's no way I can get to wave 145. Look at this, 223,000 health for these Carnegie Endos. That's insane. But it's the melee damage that's really helping. And can I get any of them? Oh, that was it. They're like, nope. Wave 145. They're like, you're not getting past wave 145. That's it. Over with and done. But look at all these rewards that I ended up getting. How nice is that? Let's go to my backpack. Let's go to my items. 185. And then 142 of these pirate presents. That's exactly what they are. 142. And then 21. There it is. It's the endless presents. That's what I need. The endless presents. So 21. I'm going to open all of these on the 2x boost, and I'll post a video of that. And of course, I have the 10 Phantom Freddy's. Not overly concerned about those. We're going to open up the Clan Season gifts tomorrow, the pirate presents, the endless presents, and exclusive pack 3, the nightmare presents, all tomorrow. Let me know what you think of my endless 3 team. Do you have a better team than this one here that you do solos with? If so, let me know. I'd be interested to try it out. But we're going live again this Saturday for the update. Hopefully there's no debacle like there was last time. And so if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!